welcome back to Children's Church. I'm Miss Sarah, and this little lamb here is my good friend Cloud. Today we're going to do another Bible lesson that starts with a letter of the alphabet. Does anyone know what comes after our last lesson, which was K? Shout it out if you know it. That's right, it's the letter L. This is a big L, and this is a little l. Cloud, can you tell us what the letter L sounds like? Ooh, that's right. La, la, l. Just like in the words lemon, light bulb, and love. Today's Bible word might be a little scary for our friend Cloud here. Cloud, are you ready to be brave? Okay, we're going to try. All right. Today's Bible word that starts with the letter L is lion. Oh, Cloud, it's okay. This is just Rex. He's our stunt lion from our last lesson. I wanted everyone to see that he's doing just fine. And he wouldn't hurt you, Cloud, I promise. He only eats special lion food. Lamb's not on the menu. Right, Rex? Okay. You can come back. And I promise our story, even though it's about lions, will have a happy ending. Let's put Rex over here for a minute so that we can tell our story. Our story today comes from the Old Testament in the book of Daniel, chapter 6. Once, there was a man named Daniel who loved God very much and prayed every single day. The king of the country Daniel lived in trusted Daniel very much. He put Daniel in charge of taking care of the kingdom's government and making sure the other officials did their jobs right. The other officials were jealous. They hated that Daniel had the king's trust and that he was in charge of them. They planned to get rid of him, but they knew that since Daniel was such a good man, the only way to get Daniel in trouble was to make worshiping God against the law. They knew Daniel loved God too much to stop praying, even if it could get Daniel in trouble. So they tricked the king into making praying to God illegal. The king passed a law saying that people could only worship him, the king. They couldn't worship anyone else, even God, or they'd be thrown into a lion's den to be eaten by hungry lions. Then they went to Daniel's house when they knew he would be praying, so they could catch him doing it. The king was sad because he liked Daniel very much, but since he did make that law, he couldn't go against it. Daniel had broken the law and had to be thrown into the lion's den to be eaten by hungry lions. But because Daniel trusted and loved God, God shut the lions' mouths tight, and the lions didn't eat him. They didn't attack Daniel at all. The king was so amazed that Daniel's God could keep him safe, he took away the old law that said no one could pray and wrote a new law that said everyone should respect God. Wasn't that a great story, friends? How about you, Cloud? Was it as scary as you thought it would be? No. See, I promised it would have a happy ending, didn't I? Now, Daniel was told he couldn't worship God, but he did it anyway because those rules went against everything he believed in. When he got punished in a horrible way, God protected him and even made it so everyone could worship God. Just like how Daniel trusted God and was brave, we can ask God to help us be brave and trust him too. Let's pray. Dear God, thank you for keeping Daniel safe and for helping him trust you. Please help us to trust you when things are scary and help us stay safe too. Amen. All right, friends, we have a special craft today. We'll be back in a second. All right, friends, today we're going to make lion puppets. Now, unfortunately, Cloud is still a little afraid of lions, so he didn't want to be here for this craft. So he and Rex are off trying to have a conversation so Cloud can be a little less afraid of him. So my son Liam is here. He's going to show you how the puppet works. There we go. Can you give us a roar, Liam? All right. So for this craft, friends, you need a brown paper lunch bag. Any color would work, but they usually come in brown. And you need to make sure that it stays folded because this is going to be the mouth. You're also going to need some glue. I have a glue stick here, but you can also use liquid glue that you squeeze out, or you could ask your grown-up to help you with some hot glue. You're also going to need a crayon or a marker or a pencil. You're going to either need googly eyes or you're going to need something to make eyes. We have little sparkles here. And if you don't have googly eyes, you're going to need something round to trace. So we have a nickel here. And you're going to need a few colors of construction paper. So just like in our sample here, we are using orange and blue. You can use any colors you want. You can make a rainbow mane on your lion, or you can make it all the same color. It does not matter. Any fantasy lion is fine. And if you want it to look like a real lion with just orange and yellow, that's okay too. It's your lion. All right, the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to make his eyes. And this is a male lion, friends. Only male lions have that fabulous mane that goes around their face. So we're going to take our nickel and our marker, and we're going to trace around twice because we don't have any Google eyes. If you have Google eyes, you can skip this step and just glue some Google eyes onto your paper. So here we go. So I've made 2 circles. No, it's very, very difficult to make circles, which is why we always want to trace something that's already round. It makes it much easier, right, Liam?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to carefully cut out my circles, which are going to be our lion friend's eyes. And if you like the black border from the marker or whatever color you used, you can leave that part face up. But if you want it to just be white or whatever color you chose for the eyes, you just need to flip it over to the other side. Okay? All right, Liam's going to glue those down. Make sure, friends, that the eyes are not too far down. You want them really up towards the top. Not all the way, but up towards the top. All right, so he's gluing on the eyes. So next thing we need to do is make the mane. So you take your first color of construction paper and you're going to fold it in half. See what I did? You're going to fold it in half so you get these 2 rectangles. And then I want you to cut it right down the middle on the line that you just made. All right. And then if you've never made a fan, friends, this is what you're going to do. You fold it one way and you make a bit of a strip. And then you fold it the other way and you flip it over and fold it again and flip it over and fold it again and flip it over and fold it again until you get kind of a fan like this. But you're going to keep it folded and cut little strips like this all the way down. Just little strips like this. And you're going to do the same thing with any other color that you want to be on your new lion's mane. Okay, so we're going to do it again with the orange. Excuse me, Liam. Fold it in half. Cut it down the middle. Get rid of the paper we don't need right now. And then make your fan pattern. Fold it. Flip it, fold it, flip it, fold it, and just keep going all the way down. And then cut your strips. There we go. Liam's got the eyes on. We used our sparkly sequins as his pupils. If you don't have any sparkly sequins, you can just color in the pupils. Or like I said, you can use some googly eyes if you have them. Also, If you don't feel like cutting out the eyes, oops, you can always draw them on. That is always an acceptable option. Glue stick's not the best for sequins, but
you can say that again.
all right, here we go. So now Liam is going to glue on the mane. So you're going to put glue around the 3 sides, not the bottom. So you put glue around the 3 sides of his face. 1, 2, 3, but not the bottom because that's going to be his mouth. And you're going to glue your different color mane strips on. All the way around. Give him a nice crazy hairdo. All right. Okay, friends, when you're done putting on his hair for his mane, okay, if it's too long, you can always trim it up with your scissors like this, okay? And the last step, the second to last step is you need to get whatever color, you're going to have lots of leftover paper from your mane. So, as you can see here, it's a little too long, so I'm going to have Liam clip it a little bit. Just give him a little bit of a haircut while I make his nose. I think I'm going to make this guy's nose orange because I made our original one blue. So I want you to fold the paper over a little bit and get your writing implement, your marker, your crayon, or whatever. And I want you to make a crease. And then you're going to draw half a heart, just half. Just like that. So if everybody can see, I drew half a heart. All right. And when Liam's done making the haircut, I can take those. Good job, Liam. See, his mane holds up a lot better now because it's not as heavy. Let's cut this one just a little shorter because it's still not standing up. There we go. All right. So, as you can see, half a heart. We're going to cut that heart out. So this is going to be his nose. And we're going to put it upside down on his face like this to make a little lion nose. Liam, can you do that for us?
Okay.
Okay, beautiful upside down little lion nose. And the last step, Liam, why don't you put this one on and show them, is we're going to do some facial details with our marker or our crayon. I'm going to give him little freckles and his whiskers because lions are big cats. And now I'm going to draw his mouth on. I want to give him a great big smile because he is a happy, happy lion. All right, let's give him a smile. You can even open up his mouth and give him more of a mouth on the inside. You can go crazy. Stop. All right. All right, friends, we now have 2 lion puppets. Roar! Try not to scare your grown-ups too much. Roar! Roar! I hope you enjoyed that craft. I hope you liked that craft, friends. Cloud is back with us again. So is Rex. And we are going to end our lesson with a song to the tune of Mary Had a Little Lamb. Daniel loved God very much, very much, very much. Daniel loved God very much, but it was against the rules. Daniel prayed anyway, anyway, anyway. Daniel prayed anyway, it was against the rules. They threw him in a lion's den, lion's den, lion's den. They threw him in a lion's den because he broke the rules. God closed the lions' mouths real tight, mouths real tight, mouths real tight. God closed the lions' mouths real tight because he really rules. The people saw that God was great, God was great, God was great. The people saw that God was great, so the king changed all the rules. Now everyone could pray to God, pray to God, pray to God. Everyone could pray to God and follow all his rules. That was great, friends. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's all say goodbye in sheep language. Do you remember how to do that?
Ba.
That's right, friends. On the count of 3, let's all say ba. 1, 2, 3. Ba!